What's up, you guys? Welcome back to From the Shelves. I'm Jamie, and today we're looking at NECA's Ultimate City Hunter Predator. Now, it comes in this beautiful box window we're all used to seeing from NECA by now, and the City Hunter himself comes with two interchangeable heads, a couple interchangeable hands, a cannon blast, a collapsible spear, an extended spear, a smart disc, and a bloodied skull. Now, this looks very similar to the early versions of the City Hunter NECA originally released, but this guy has a little bit of updated paint, some updated articulation, and he's the perfect fit for anyone who happened to miss any earlier versions of this. It looks like NECA has yet again knocked this out of the park. The price point they're still charging for these is unbelievable. They could be charging double, and I think people would still buy them. So if you guys like this Predator and other Predators, make sure to head over to Big Bad Toy Store. They got all your action figure needs. I'll put a link in the description below. So without further ado, let's get this guy open and check him out. NECA's Ultimate City Hunter Predator. Now, like I said in the intro, we have seen various versions of this figure before, but this is the ultimate version. Hence, comes with all the accessories, their interchangeable heads, the updated articulation, and the updated paint. And they really did update this paint extremely well. I'm very impressed with the paint, articulation. It is the new body styles, but similar to the old body styles with the couple new additions. But we'll get into that in just a moment. And of course, we will start with the sculpt first. Now, like the originals, he is almost, I want to say, a reuse for the most part. It is a great standard figure. The base they used for this in the originals was fantastic as well. You can see his mask. We get great creases and nudges all through in this. They really took their time with this City Hunter mask when they originally did it. And it looks right out of the movie. You can see all the small dimples in there themselves. Looks like they almost went in with a pry pen and did this single-handedly, just one by one. You can see the caressing and wear and tear in these side ports. This is a fantastic biomask on him. And on his shoulder pads, we get that great, almost fish scale tone on the single shoulder pad itself. It's layered as well. Some great ridging that goes on there, and you can see up and close it actually has almost small insignias in the pad. NECA has stepped up their game to the point where they're almost producing, I don't want to say Hot Toys quality, but for this price point, man, you're getting so much out of these figures. I'm rambling already, but in the back, we get his backpack. It's not the P1 standard we're used to. It's a nice little med bay right here attached to his back. We get this staff that attaches as well. This is brand new on here. I went ahead and already put that on there. That didn't come with it. The gun is the P1 gun, so it actually takes off like this and slides through all the way down into the backing of it. So if you need to, you can just slide it clean up. Easy as pie. They're much easier to use than the P1 shoulder cannons, in my opinion. They're much cleaner looking too. And for his other shoulder pad, we get some more flat ridges. The exact same reuse we saw on the other City Hunter. And into his gauntlets. This we actually get a folded up wrist computer, which is awesome. And for the first time, it looks like they drew in some Predator or tribal lettering in his computer, which is fantastic. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that for a long time, so I love that take. But besides the open up, it's the traditional gauntlet, as well as his other side, we get his retractable blades that go in and out. Nice addition. That's always great to have on these NECA figures. I love what they do with their wrist gauntlets. Coming down in here, we get his, I guess, little crotch cover area. Nice designs. So like I said, we saw this on earlier City Hunter designs. We get a nice little satchel down here with some bone and looks like some kind of cloth, even though it is a hard plastic. It's reminiscent and remodeling of what they saw on that. Some more little cloth pouches down here, which is a really nice touch. I like, looks like they added some new pinning and some new striping right on top of that, which is a nice touch. Let me come down into his smart disc holder. These always have been a problem for me. They never ever want to seem to hold the smart disc, with the exception of maybe the Ghost Predator from their Kenner line. These things don't ever tend to want to work, but what can you really do? And coming down into there, we get the classic legs we've all come to know with these Predators. Great sculpting still in this. You can see they took their time and some deep recesses all through the legs. Great job by NECA on this sculpt. And I don't want to forget his net launcher, as well as the feet. The feet almost look new. I guess maybe it's a brand new, I don't want to say total new sculpt for this, but they might have been new molds they added for this new body, because they look a little bit bigger and a little wider spread. I like those a little bit more. And for the rest of the body, it's your classic, just Predator body. It's the new molds for them, and it's your just classic take, and a really nice job from NECA on this sculpt. Coming in for paint. Now it looks like they really loaded this guy up this time. I love the new paint scheme they took with him. The mask itself, from the get-go, traditionally we got a little more of a brown mask. It looks like they added a heavier gloss copper tone to this. It makes this pop a lot more besides that just base brown. I love that addition. And as you guys can see, it almost looks have a blue hue. That's because it does. They added a heavy dose of a almost baby blue wash to the armor itself for that copper, to almost give it, if you've ever seen those old pennies that start to develop that blue funk on the copper pennies. I guess that's what it's resembling, and it works really well with this. I'm impressed. I love the take they did on that. You can see up here in the pads as well. It's fantastic. It really makes this armor pop. Looks old and worn out. I absolutely love that. And for the rest of it, we get more of that copper tones, though, all through the shoulder pads. I absolutely love that. You can see in his body, brand new skin tone. The traditional one didn't have as many brown or red creases in this. They added a lot more, and it's a darker tone in some areas, but they also added some lighter tones in some areas. I'm actually going to pull out, this is the City Hunter from the 2-pack with the Cloaked Berserker Predator, and you can see the differences right off the bat. There's huge differences in his body paint and even his armor. NECA definitely took the high road on this and gave us a good bit of new paint. You can see from the helmets, they're much different. Heavier coat of shinier copper on the right Predator, a duller brown on the left. The body paint is immensely different. More heavier reds in the Ultimate version. Some mist spotting on the old version. And stuff like that. They did a really good job on these nets as well. Just wants to zoom in. You can see there's no mist netting on here at all. Besides up here on this arm, but I don't think that's even supposed to have netting on it, to tell you the truth. But all in all, guys, a great paint. The heavy blue wash and dry brushing goes through this entire body. I love the brown tone they used with some accents of red in his body itself. His dreads are the traditional black dreads we're used to seeing. But a very nice updated take on this paint of this City Hunter. And I think a lot of people are going to appreciate it. And coming into articulation. Now, pretty much basic stuff here. If you guys have owned a Predator or bought a Predator from NECA in the past 2 years, you're going to feel right at home and you know exactly what you're walking into, with the exception of maybe the torso area. We get a ball joint up here at his shoulder. All movement and rotation there. We get a bicep swivel as well. we get double pegs at his elbow, so his hand can go all the way up. It must look like he's taking off his face mask. We get a swivel at his forearm as well. A nice ball joint at his wrist. A little bit of a torso pivot right here. I know NECA was all about these when they had their new body molds. It doesn't really serve much of a purpose in my opinion. I mean, you get a little range of movement in there, but it's not much. But I guess for these side poses, it's nice for. Coming down to the waist, we get that swivel on that hinge we're all used to. We get a nice ball joint down at his waist as well. Double peg knees. Full rotation at his ankle on a nice ball joint. And we also get a nice ball joint at his head. Now, I don't know if you guys will have the same problem, but as soon as I took mine out of the box, I thought I had broken this. This pops clean off his arm. It's super loose. It easily connects back on, but I'm not getting a lot of movement over on this arm because of it. Every time I want to bend the elbow up, it wants to pop right off. Maybe you guys won't have the same problem. Not a huge deal. Maybe some super glue can take care of it, but I really won't have that bicep swivel anymore. But your classic Predator articulation from the past couple series we've seen. And it serves him very, very well. And coming in for accessories. Now, they loaded up this Jungle Hunter with a good bit of stuff, and I was happy to see what they gave him. First off, we get his interchangeable hands. Now, these hands, you get his Smart Disc hand, which holds the Smart Disc. You get his spear hand for his right hand, which holds his either collapsible spear or extended spear. And then we get his net gun hand, which is, I'll get right into right here. He comes with his net gun, net launcher, which previously used to come attached at his leg, and it wouldn't remove. Now this guy removes. You can pop it right on the hand, if he wants to stand up for me. Pop it right on the hand like so, and you have your net launcher. So you can pop it right on his left side and have him shooting that. It's a great addition. I think Stalker Predator from the Kenner line actually came with this previously. And then we get his Cannon Blast, what we saw in the Predator accessory packs, which is nice. They fit really, really well. They're super lightweight. It just plugs in really easily right onto the gun, just like that. It doesn't, it's not overbearing, doesn't pull the gun down at all. You can still get a good range of movement with it. I love these things. I'm glad NECA finally started to incorporate them with these figures. I think the more figures we see in the future, the more they're going to come with them, because it's a little expensive to just get those Predator packs if you just want to get those things. But we also get a bloodied skull and spine, speaking of Predator packs. We saw these in other Predators before, as well as the Trophy Room skull case and the Predator accessory pack. Pretty basic and nice stuff. A little bit of bend and give right here. You can hold it up in the air, just like the movie pose as well. And then we get our Smart Disc, which I was talking about earlier. These things don't ever want to stay into these. You can try 100 different ways. It's never going to want to stay. It might hang out in there for a minute or two. But, yeah, there it is. It always wants to pop out. Nothing much to that. And then we get his collapsible spear, which, like I said, he comes with a little holder in the back. You can just plug that right in. Oopsie. Like that. And then we get his fully extended spear, which is a great addition. I know a lot of people will be holding this on his shelf. You can plug that right into his gripping hand and have him holding it something similar to that. And last but not least, we get his swappable head. Now, this is a fantastic swappable head. I'll show you the other unmasked version of the City Hunter, and as you can see the difference of paint they use for this. Tons of more updated paint. Heavier brown doses to it, more of a snake copperhead look. Heavier brown into the eyes itself. Just all around better paint detail on this in every aspect. The head sculpt is a little bit tighter as well. I loved what they did with this, and I'm glad we got this, because I know this guy is actually pretty rare nowadays, as well as just the City Hunter in general before this guy. So I'm glad they gave us both options and both these heads, so us fans and consumers can put them in pretty much any way you want to. Now, to tell you the truth, I haven't popped up his head yet. Oh, that's pretty easy. Goes right on like that, right on the disc. And of course, it's going to give me a little bit trouble now. There you go. And hops on just like that. And we get the unmasked City Hunter just like that. A great addition. I think I'm going to keep him with his mask off, to tell you the truth, because he's going to end up going with the rest of the Lost Tribe, and I'm going to replace this one right here. So a very, very great little set of accessories that came with this guy, and I know a lot of people are going to be happy about that as well. So all in all, a great ultimate version of a Predator we've previously seen before. I know people are going to love to get their hands on it, because I know a lot of fans can't really afford or don't want to go out of their way to spend all that money on the original versions, which NECA just did everyone a huge favor and said, here you go, here's the best of the best. We'll give you every accessory it's ever came with the updated paint, the updated articulation. They did a fantastic job, knocked it out of the park again. City Hunter is probably a lot of people's favorites. He's definitely up there in mine, and I'm very, very happy to see this re-release and an ultimate edition of this figure. So all in all, this City Hunter gets a solid A. So remember, guys, if you like what you saw, hit that like button, subscribe, comment. I love talking to you. I want to talk to you. And remember, keep on collecting.